Hello. Hello, buds. Let me know if the audio level's good. Wonderful. How are y'all doing? Happy study hall. This is a very pretty yarn that I bought. I'm really into it. I'm gonna try to loom on the actual table so you can, so I'm not super far back. Come on. I was looking up like more complex things that you can do with looms, like knitting wise. One of them was a tutorial on how to, those blankets that people make where they make like a small square every day. So somebody explaining how to do that, but with a loom, like a circular loom like this. And I was like, huh. No, not like a, well, I guess, but a quilt is all sewing, right? Geometry and sewing. But there are blankets that people do, like mood blankets or temperature blankets, where it's like either they make one square that signifies like an emotion or a temperature each day, and then by the end of the year you have a blanket. Or they like crochet a line or whatever. So they were explaining how to do that with a loom wheel. debated on whether or not I wanted to do this for the second week in a row. I mean, I wanted to do this for the second week in a row, but like, I debated on if I should because I normally try not to do the same craft twice in a row, but everybody said that it was really like, it was like such a nice chill activity last time. So I kind of figured like, then why not, right? Yeah, I thought about doing one. This is so stupid. I thought about doing one that was like character based and say like in like tens the health of my D&D characters by the end of each session is a different color. It'd be so stupid. But I was like, what's something different that you could do with that? Be like, if at the end of a session their health is between 1 and 10, then it's a different color than, you know, if it's between 10 or 11 and 20 or 21 and 30. I think it would have to be you would have to put more not options, but like, it would have to be more than in tens probably, because there are plenty of classes that don't hit super high health for a while. Yeah, percentage based would work. Could do that. I just got back from physical therapy. My legs feel real good. Oh my gosh. Sam and I were just saying like it would probably do us wonders if we could have like a really good massage. But can't do that yet. But when we can, ooh baby, when we can. I really like this yarn, by the way. It's a good combo of colors. Is Sam your boyfriend? Yes, he's also my husband. But I wouldn't say that he's not my boyfriend. Yeah, he's my dear old pal. Music sounds really intense. BF for best friend. Yeah. I am. Actually, yes. I am wearing his merch right now. Oh my god, I like really fucked up dinner, but it like kind of fixed itself. It was supposed to be like a satay chicken and veggies sort of thing with rice. I misread the instructions. It was a sauce that it had you make. I thought that it was saying that you then, after making the sauce, add like coconut milk and stuff to that sauce and then cook the rice in the sauce. This is not what it wanted me to do. They wanted me to just make normal ass rice, right? Lima Zulu Tango, thank you very much for the raid. Hello everybody. We loomin' and hanging out and chitty chatting. And I'm delighted that you're here and I hope you have a great time. What was I saying? I can't remember. The sauce. Oh my god, right. So it didn't want me to make the rice in the sauce. But here's the thing. Is it basically just turned into like a weird risotto type thing? Which hilariously I have arborio rice, so if I intended to make risotto I could have. But cooked the rice in this sauce and it just got like really thick and like rich and kind of delicious. So I was like, okay. Guess I'll serve it. Yeah, it was a happy mistake, I guess. I don't know how Sam felt about it, but when I went into his office, he had eaten pretty much all of the rice. So I'm gonna assume that it was fine. Do we do cooking streams? I haven't done a cooking stream since we moved from LA. Our laptop kind of bit the dust. Well, we had two. One of them we gave to our mother-in-law, and the other one started just shitting the bed. So we haven't bought another laptop since moving here, but that was basically the way that I streamed cooking, because otherwise I would have to move my whole streaming setup to the kitchen, which is not convenient. So I haven't done one since we've moved, but I really loved doing the cooking streams. They were really fun. I told Clark I would make her a hat. So I'm trying to make a hat. With a little luck, I want to make 2 hats. I want to make us matching hats, but we'll see. Final Fantasy IX music always makes everybody super fucking emotional. I feel like every time a Final Fantasy IX song plays, people are like, oh my god. Tis a beginning. Oh, weird. Has Sam streamed all day? Yeah, it's Monster Hunter, so yeah. My mom is jelly of your looms. Aw. Hi, Mom. Starting to see flecks of the blue coming in. Yep, it's gonna be a hat. Boop. celebrating a very fun, successful, full day with my child. With a Copperberg and some knockoff Cool Ranch Doritos. They're honestly better. If you live in England and you like Cool Ranch Doritos or whatever the fuck they call them here, they're great. They're actually better, in my opinion. How does it feel to not have ranch on every salad? I never really got ranch on my salads, so... But it is weird that, like, ranch just isn't a thing here in general. Why is it called ranch? I don't know, but I bet Google does. Is this Piccolo? Incredible. I'm listening to it through the headphones, so I can like generally hear it, but when people start talking, I'm like, what are they saying? A little tight. Can you believe this was literally the beginning of Dragon Ball Z? They were like, what if we just leave Goku's firstborn child with his former enemy? You know, just for long enough that they develop a lifelong bond. What the fuck keeps happening here? I'm so confused. This last rung keeps getting like messed up somehow, and I don't know how it's happening. But oh well. The ranch lore sucks. Oh no, what was it? Henson and his wife later moved to California, where they opened a 120-acre dude ranch near Santa Barbara called Hidden Valley Ranch, and that's where the name came from. Oh, like the brand. Wait, so it's called ranch because of the brand? This is like a Kleenex situation? Except more extreme. That's very surprising. Huh. Okay. You hate ranch? I don't mind ranch, but there are specific salads that I want ranch on. And it is not most salads. Like if I want like a thick, like rich kind of dressing that feels like I might clog something, I'll just get like a Caesar sort of dressing. Ooh, actually in the camera I can see the gradient much better. It's like starting to shift color. That's cool. It looks fine right now. Everything should be fine. Did you make the hat on your head in this loom already? No, I actually crocheted this hat. But I have made loom hats before. It's just been a while. And I made one that was intended for my daughter and it was way too small. So now it belongs to Teddy. Belongs to Clark's teddy bear. And it makes him look like Paddington Bear and it's very cute. So I regret nothing. But she was like, I want a red hat, Mommy. And I was like, okay. And she was like, that way I have it when I play Little Red Riding Hood. I was like, okay. I said, well, this is the yarn I have right now. I think I'm gonna make a hat. Do you want one? And maybe I can make two and we can match. And she seemed into that idea, so it's like, I'll still make you a red one, but I don't have red yarn right now, so I'm just gonna make whatever this is, and we'll see if you like it, and if you don't, that's fine. I should have tried, well, maybe I'll try it with the next one. I should have tried the thing where, because when, again, I was looking at like more complex sort of loom knitting stuff, and one of the things that totally makes sense that you can do, I just hadn't thought of it, is you do like a tighter, more intricate stitch for like the first, you know, inch, and then swap to this stitch so that the part that goes, there's a band basically around the head, and then the rest of it is kind of loose. I was like, oh yeah, of course, but I showed my girlfriend you jumping on Sam's back to crack it. I saw that immediately went into our Stream Clips channel. You could hear the crack though. I was surprised. You did what to Sam's back? Again, you can watch the clip in the Stream Clips channel, but basically, I'm not strong enough to crack Sam's back with like my hands or anything like that. So in my house growing up, my mom would walk on my dad's back and knew like specific places to jump, basically, to just crack the shit out of it. And so that's what I started doing for Sam, because it's all I've ever known. And so now when his back's really bad, he'll be like, can you walk on my back? There's a specific spot on his upper back, like mid upper back, that I always know if I jump there, I'll just crack everything. So that's what I did. I was like, do you want me to go on a BRB? This happens in the clip as well. I was like, do you want me to go on a BRB? And he was like, nah. Okay. But I'm sure that can be a dangerous thing to do, so I'm not suggesting that you do it. But as a small person with a partner who is large and is requesting help with his back, it's literally all I can do for him. Yeah, I can do it with my hands for my mom, but my mom is, 5'3", I think, and like, wafy. My mom is very. I'm stockier than my mom. As somebody who like really hates labeling myself in one way or the other about basically anything, I will say that sometimes I wish that I was more one or the other. I feel like I'm in between like a stocky short person and a wafy short person, and I don't get to just be either. Like I wish I was either just like thicker, like just like stockier. Honestly, if I was gonna choose one, I would choose that. But Shady Penguin, thank you so much for the raid. I just saw a bunch of raids, and I was like, "What's that? Hello, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome everybody. We're listening to sad music and looming. Actually, this is for some reason in a lo-fi mix. Not sure why. Just to depress people, I guess." But yeah, we're loom knitting. I'm trying to make a hat. I haven't made a hat with one of these in years. So we're just chilling, talking about life and loom knitting. So I hope you stick around. It's a good time. Dex, it's raid time. Hell yeah. I'm ready. Bring your worst, as long as your worst is wholesome and sweet. Did you knit your own hat? I crocheted this hat. Yeah, I crocheted this hat beginning of 2020. And then my daughter and I were at like a bargain store and saw knitting looms, and I was like, oh my god, I just had like a fucking wild blast from the past, because like I used to have a knitting loom in high school and college, and so I was like, holy shit, we should get these. I would love to work with a knitting loom again. They're very accessible. People keep asking like, how easy is it to get it? It's so easy, and it goes really, really fast. And you can do more complex stuff with it, or you can just do the same easy thing over and over and then have a hat, right? So yeah, it's just great for just like kind of spacing out. Part of me really wants to try making that blanket with one. The like square blanket. Oh my god. On my husband's stream, we were quizzing Clark and asked her, where do we live? Expecting her to say England, because she doesn't know where we live. We said, where do we live? And she goes, in Harmony. It's so wholesome. Yes, but not really. God, I cannot knock over a Copperberg at my desk. Does Clark understand how your job works? I don't think so. I think today was good for her kind of understanding because, I was full-time parent today, so the only stream that I did before this was, I did like 2 hours when she had her quiet time, because she has a 2-hour window for quiet time every day, except on full preschool days, which is only once a week now. Yeah, so I did a stream, and then she came in like a little after 3, and chat was asking her questions, and so I would read the question out, and she would answer it, and I think something might have clicked for her during that like there were people able to ask questions, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. Like how much she gets it, but that's okay. You try to keep her time on stream to a minimum so that if one day she's like, I don't ever want to be on camera again, she won't feel like we had forced her in front of the camera a bunch. She's able to come in and say hi if she likes. After she's had a nap or whatever, she wants to come in, sit on my lap for a second, whatever. But it's one of the because she doesn't fully get it. It's one of the reasons that we try to keep her showing up on stream to a minimum, so that when she does get it, if she's like, "Oh no, I don't like that." I think Clark thinks that chat is a friend, because she talks to Sam's friends on stream sometimes, right? If she goes in there to say hi or whatever. What's happening? It's becoming a hat, kind of. Yeah, the old school ones, that's why I've said before when people have been like, oh, I don't know if I can find these, like the looms. I'm like, I mean, the old ones are literally just wood with nails in it. So you can just make one if you're interested in trying. These ones have a lot of like quality of life elements to them. You know, the rungs have sort of a dip in them, and it comes with a little hook. So you slide the hook along the divot, and you're able to grab these and do whatever you want with them. It's more finicky without the dips. The one that I had when I was younger did not have that. I'm trying to read a book with Jeannie and Kristen. It's called Permanent Record. Have any of you guys read Permanent Record? It's by Mary H.K. Choi. Yeah, it's Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. Have any of you guys read Twilight? But they're a little ways into it, I think, and they were like, "Oh, did you want to read this with us?" So I bought it on Kindle so that I can read it on my phone. I read all 4 books in middle school. Well, they're old. Unless you're very young. Unless you mean Twilight. Oh no, I made too many goofs in a row and now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure what's real. It's called Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. And I think it counts as a young adult novel. I'm not sure. Kristen has like this terrible habit of choosing books to read that are like 1,000 pages long. So I think she's trying to read something a bit more manageable length-wise. Oh my god. Tojo said I once brought a few girlfriends to my house. My mom walks in while we're talking about books and straight up says, "Have any of you girls read 50 Shades of Grey?" No, Mom. Mom. I remember when everyone's parents were reading 50 Shades of Grey. I think that was after my school life, I think. Pretty sure I was already in LA by then, but yeah. I didn't realize that there were more books in that series. Arnar! Hi, bud! I hope you're doing okay. Moving closer to Iceland's shores, I'll be in harbor in 2 to 3 days. Hopping on a different ship for another expedition right after this one. Oh, man. But everything's going all right? $50 Grey or 50 Shades Greyest. I don't know the names of the other ones. I'm positive that's not it, and I'm also positive that should have been it. No, I don't watch any of the other IO stuff. Much like when I was in an Arcadum campaign, now that everything is like really intermingling, I try not to watch any of the other games because I don't really want to know what's going on in them in case they affect us. But all I know is every single time Goblins happens, the spoiler part of his Discord is literally just people talking forever about the goblins. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I was talking with Jesse, and Jesse was like, have you ever just broken a DM? I was like, say no more. Arnar, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it, bud. It's good to hear from you. God, running a game for my in-laws, side note, was like, every other time that I've DM'd, well, I guess when I've DM'd for my friends, like, off stream before, I think, like, the stuff that I've DM'd on stream, oh no, there's always this kind of like pressure I put on myself for it to be like really good, you know, when sometimes it's just not possible for it to be as like mind-blowing as I want it to be, or just as like clean, you know. I'm very critical of myself when it comes to the stream games, I guess is my point. But running a game for my in-laws last night was so fun because they were learning how to play, and so like Sam and I were teaching them, and like they actually got super into it, and it was so fun. And my father-in-law had like a hard cutoff time because he has work, and immediately my mother-in-law was like, but we could, you know, pick up where we left off next week. And I was like, oh, they want to play again. That's so cool. You know, like, it was very nice. It was like, I guess it was like one of the few times where instead of being like, oh gosh, you know, I gotta make like thinking about all the things I did wrong. Instead, I think because they're new players, I was just like, I was just having like a blast. You know? At one point, my mother-in-law, I talked about it a lot during the stream earlier, so if you wanted to hear like specifics about that. But one of the things I didn't mention is at one point my mother-in-law was like, I want to freeze this guy. And I was like, okay, which, she's a warlock. It's like, so what spell are you using for that? And she was like, I don't know, I want to freeze him. And I was like, Mom, the reason you have a spell list is because those are the spells that you're able to do. And she was like, well, okay. It's like, Mom, you can't just do anything. You can do anything that you want, but like when it comes to spells, you have to learn them, you know. This was very funny. I'm sorry. I thought I could do magic. I'm sorry. I thought you said that I have an evil patron that gives me power. Yes. But we're like, yeah, we realized we didn't have a healer because Sam really wanted to be a barbarian. He originally was like, I'll be a healer, and then forgot because he started reading about beast barbarians and was like, I want to be a beast barbarian. So we didn't have a healer, and I was like, oh, it's fine, I'll just give Nancy cure wounds because she's a ranger. I was like, I'll just give her cure wounds. And Nancy messaged me like, yo, so I have an extra spell? And I was like, no, I've placed one of your other spells with cure wounds. And she was like, I was like, come on, man, could have hooked me up with an extra spell. So the way that I did it was, so somebody asked why they were interested in the first place. They weren't. But my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law is very compromised, has a lot of health stuff going on, and my sister-in-law was getting a bunch of like tests and being put on a lot of medication for something, and so her immune system was shot, so she was high risk and I think is still considered high risk, but she has her vaccines now, which is great. But she basically like wasn't allowed to leave her room for a while there because it was like if she gets sick at all, it's gonna be really bad. And in the fam chat, she kept being like, I'm so bored. I'm just so bored. Like somebody, what can I do with my life? And so I messaged her and I was like, hey, would you want to play D&D? And she was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, oh, it's like a collaborative, like storytelling sort of adventure thing. Sam and I play it all the time. I can totally I've wanted to set up a D&D thing, like, for mom and dad anyway, because I thought that it would be funny, but like, I think that you would have a blast with it. And she was like, cool. Yeah, I would love to do that. I'm gonna go look up videos on how to play so that I know how to win. And I was like, well, again, it's like a collaborative storytelling thing. So, you know, it's not really about winning. It's about telling a story. And she was like, I'll figure out how to win. If any of you watch Sam or know Sam, this will not be surprising to you that all of his siblings say things like this. I was like, okay. And then my mother-in-law was just down because she's down for anything. She was like, sure, yeah. And I said, cool, do you think dad would want to play? And they were like, we'll just make him play. And so somebody was asking, like, was it exciting to see what kind of characters they would make? I didn't have them make their characters. I made the characters for them. But what I did do is I said, why don't you tell me a fantasy character from a show or a game that you really like, that you would like, a character you would like to play as, and I'll ask you a couple of questions and sort of figure out like what it is about that character that you like, and then I'll kind of be able to parse together what sort of class you'd like to play. And it worked perfect. My mother-in-law was like, I want to be Yennefer. And I was like, great. What did you like about Yennefer? And she was like, I loved that she like was beautiful, but it was like it was like cursed beauty, and she was like really powerful and mysterious. And I was like, okay, tight, great. And then my sister-in-law was like, you know that hot blonde bitch from Game of Thrones? And I was like, Daenerys, the one with the dragons? And she was like, yeah, I want to be her. I was like, okay, do you just want dragons? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, do you want to be able to do magic? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, great. And then I talked to my dad, and he was like, I really like Aragorn. And I said, okay, do you like that he's like the hero? And he was like, yeah. It's like, okay, so you want to be like the guy up front, like just doing big damage, like just attacking and, you know, just looking real cool. And he was like, yep, that's exactly what I want. So that really worked for us, and I was able to pre-make but still like have them sort of choose what they wanted to do. So yeah, if you're ever in a position like that where you're like, it would be a lot easier if I just made these characters, but I still want them to sort of choose what they want, that's an option. I don't know if she's a bitch, but okay. I think you're reading the word bitch differently than it's intended. Bitch as in just a person. Slang is really fun, isn't it? I do always feel like I have to make a caveat if I say it about a person. That happened on Strange Roads all the time. Kelly would do something, I'd be like, fuck yes, bitch, do it. Not like you're a bitch. just that, like, you are a person, and I'm using the word bitch for emphasis. I guess Kelly's in a game. Yeah, a good bitch. Kelly's in a game and is playing like the bear race. I can't remember what they're called. Krigven. She's playing the bear race, and she was like, I never see anybody play these. I'm so surprised. And I was like, oh, Sam actually plays one in Godforged. She was like, oh, can I see him? And so I sent her the picture of Scold, Sam's character, and she goes, oh, he's so cute. My immediate thought was like, oh, don't say that to Sam. It's such a Kelly reaction, though. Oh, he's so cute. To like this gigantic bear covered in like burned runes. So this is how it's looking coming out. So yeah, it goes super fast. If you wanted it to be thicker, you could double the yarn, or you just use thicker yarn. But I thought this yarn was really pretty, so I bought it. I am doing Callus Row tomorrow, yeah. I'm hopefully gonna go to the row for the first time, which I'm excited about. I think my favorite joke character is just a regular dude. JP's done that before. He's just played himself. On Daikia, I think, right? His first character, I think, was literally just... he was just a guy. Named JP, I'm pretty sure. So this is where, do you see this like big gap here? That's where I accidentally left it twisted around this. So there's like a little extra thread right here. I'm hoping will just kind of like even itself out over time. Like once I wear it and stuff. I'm hoping it'll be fine, but we'll see. Right, his whole shtick was that he was live streaming it. I totally forgot that. It's so stupid. It's dumb, I love it. Thank you, Arnar. Take care. I've been really interested in starting. I've never watched Critical Role. It just feels too much. And then I kept seeing really funny clips from Dimension 20, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll start watching that, and went to look at their YouTube channel, and there is also a bunch of shit on there. So now I'm like, oh God, is it just impossible to watch any of these? Is it impossible no matter what I do? But Dimension 20, it seems like, has like very specific shows. They do shorter campaigns, do they? They're reasonably sized. That's good. Yeah, for me as a listener, comedy D&D is like the top tier shit for sure. Yeah, Adventure Zone. I've listened to Adventure Zone a bit. It doesn't grab me as much as, say, like Dungeons and Daddies. I've never been able to stick with Adventure Zone. For whatever reason. No, I'm not caught up with Dungeons and Daddies. I'm only able to listen to like an episode every couple of days. So no, I'm on episode like, I don't know, 25 or 26, I think. Let me double check. Said, based on your reading, we thought you might like That Wolf Boy Is Mine. I haven't read any suspicious shit on my Kindle account ever. Why is it recommending this? I haven't. Sometimes I put manga on my Kindle account for MangaPod. It's the only time I've read manga. And now it's like, The Wolf Boy Is Mine? Excuse me? Komugi Kusunogi transferred from the city to start a new life in rural Hokkaido. On her first day of school, the heartthrob of school, Yu Ogami, blurts out, "You smell good." Despite the hijinks, Komugi tries to adjust to her new school. It's not long before she stumbles across you, dozing off under a tree, and when she attempts to wake him up, he's transformed into a wolf? Of course. Wait, the final sentence of this is, it turns out you is one of many other eccentric boys in her class here. Of course. Of course. Because there can't just be one fucking monster boy. There has to be a vampire and all kinds of shit. Okay, what the fuck am I doing? What was I looking at? What episode of Dungeons and Daddies am I? 26. And if you've listened to Dungeons and Daddies before, don't spoil anything, but if you've listened to Dungeons and Daddies before, when I say either that one or the one before, Sam caught me crying in the kitchen while listening to it, you might know why if you go and look at what those episodes were. He was like, what the fuck? I thought this was a comedy thing. And I was like, it is. Anyway, don't spoil people on shit, but yeah. Also, side note, last episode of Godforged, again, no spoils, but at a certain point, a couple of us were like, am I about to cry right now? Got another half an hour before I gotta go. Just some nice chill Lumen, you know? But like, look how far we've come. It's very quick. You can make a really sick like mesh shirt. So basically, you wrap around each individual one. A loom in this situation is essentially a knot helper, right? That's all that knitting is. That's all that crochet is like figuring out how to use a hook and make a knot that looks really pretty when you just keep making the same knot over and over again. So with this one, it's like I'm doing a really, really basic one. So you go around, just literally just wrap it around, move on to the next one, wrap it around, and then got this little dinky to like help keep it in place. And then the last ones that we did, see there's like yarn here, right? So that's from the last one that we did. You're literally just gonna take your little hook and loop it over. And that's it. That's all that I've been doing, is just looping. Over and over and over. And it slowly pushes the stuff that's already been done down. And then you go around, you wrap all of the rungs again. And that's it. That's like the like most basic way of using these. So that's the end of that one, right? So I'm gonna push these down just to make looping easier. Push all of this down. Push that whole last row down. And then do it again. Wrap, wrap, wrap. This is why I say, like, it's so accessible to do this. Like, it's not nearly as complex to learn as, like, knitting with needles. It's really easy to learn how to do this. You guys remember Scene Anners? What's Scene Anners up to? Does he still make content? He came back recently? Really? Fascinating. Scene Anners used to be huge, big YouTuber. He's been doing renos and selling houses? What? Yeah, I would assume that, like, if he dipped to do house stuff for a while, it's because he needed to get off the internet for a bit there. This is a loom. It's a knitting loom. If you look up knitting loom, you'll see all different like shapes and types, but they're typically either circles or they're kind of like long ovals. Again, I don't know why these songs are on a lo-fi playlist, but that's okay. They're very pretty, so I'll allow it. How do you end a project on that kind of loom? You basically like take one loop, pull it over, next loop, pull it over, next loop, pull it over. It's basically that. Oh my god. Devery, how did they feel about it? Raya, thank you very much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Excuse you, they are cool tortillas. Doesn't it? It definitely looks like a lockpicking tool. I absolutely agree. If you have a lockpick set, maybe you basically already have this. It is gonna be a hat, yeah. Bit my tongue, dude. The worst. A reggae hat? You mean like a beanie? Yes, the intention is to make a beanie. It won't have quite the floof. It's like the ones that Bob Marley used to wear are like beanies, but beanies that sort of desperately also want to be berets. That's not what this is. This will be more like this. But this was crocheted, so they are vastly different in terms of like stitch and everything, but beanies with capacity. Yeah, beanies with capacity, exactly. Do you ever watch people like making yarn? It's mesmerizing. Getting some good length on it. How well does the hole blend in? Oh, good question. I can still tell where it happened, but it's honestly not that bad. You can see it. You can definitely tell, but it's okay though. That's where it floops. Yeah. I could just make this the end. Right? This could be the part that you put on your, that like sits on your head, and this could be the end. But I do love this color. Although it looks like we're gonna be hitting that color again soon, so. Speaking of, I was watching one of those videos where somebody was like spinning their own yarn. And a person was like, oh my God, I bet you save so much money doing this yourself. That's so cool. And they were like, no, it's actually a very expensive hobby and I do not save any money. Oh, a snood. Yeah. That's so funny because I had not heard the term snood ever until very recently because of these. You can make snoods with these. And my mother-in-law was like, the last thing that I made on a knitting loom was a snood. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Are you telling me that I should... Or a sneed? A sneed. That's what it is. Are you telling me that I should make a sneed for Dave? No, it's a snood. I don't care. Whatever that thing is. Whatever the tube thing is. Should I make one for Dave? Perfect. For sure. There are some things, there are some crafts that you can get into that probably have like an expensive front cost, like buying a sewing machine, but you know, overall could absolutely save you a ton of money, right? And then there are definitely some where it's like, nah, bro. The time and money investment to do this yourself instead of just buying what somebody else did is obscene. But, you know, that's why some of these things are referred to as like hobby crafts, right? It's like, most people aren't doing it for utility. They're doing it because it's a nice hobby to have. Okay, we're okay. Totally. We had that conversation with when it comes to like DIY, like just tools, just general like tools to have if you want to build things. Is like, you'll watch videos by people where they're like, anybody can build this, but the upfront cost, if you're starting from scratch, like when we moved out here, I didn't bring anything except I did bring a power drill that my parents got me, and I am unable to charge the batteries, and no matter how I've tried, I always blow up the battery charger. So there you go. But like if you're starting from scratch, getting everything that you need, it's an investment for sure to, you know, be able to have the things necessary to build something. And I think people who have had tools around all the time sometimes forget that there was a time when they didn't have them, or that like there are going to be people who are interested in it that have never had like a plethora of tools around, right? And space, that's also true. The amount of space required to make something. I watch these videos all the time where like somebody's like, I'm, you know, gonna make this whole thing, and they're like staining stuff in their kitchen and like all this stuff, and I'm like, I can't do that. I've got a toddler. I can't stain wood in my kitchen. You crazy? Mm-hmm. I cook all the time, and that still happens to me. Where I'll watch a video and it'll be like, this is such an easy recipe. It just uses pantry ingredients that everyone has. I'll have like half the stuff. Like, okay. Sure. All right. But again, like, when it comes to like cooking tools, right? Typically, if something seems worth it to me, I'll just get it because I love cooking and I do a lot of cooking. But like, there's definitely when it's something that I don't do consistently, there's absolutely a mental barrier of like, but what if I get all this stuff? What if I sink all this money into this thing and I don't even like it, right? Or I'm not good at it, or I like get frustrated with it, or whatever. So. Called a knitting loom. Okay. This has to be our last row. And then I gotta go. Yeah, that's how much progress we made in a couple of hours. Not bad, not bad. Last time I got an electric guitar and an amp and I still haven't plugged it in. No! Oops. Hey, bud. How'd you get in here? There's a buggy in here. It's my first time seeing a buggy in this house. Spring is on the way. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. Let's see, what do we got here? Brems, thank you for the 45 months. Carlitha for the 38. Praxidus Prime, thank you for the 3. Knit Nutter for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Gleam Eyes for the 50. Bonaru for the biddies. Empty Noise for the 43. Michael Wookie for the 5. Of Mythos for the 31. Lima Zulu Tango, thank you again for the raid. Snowfall and Crow for the 19. Ali Rose for the 8. Angel Falls for the 10. Evie Forever for the 5. Odd Marginalia, thank you for the 22. Shady, thank you again for the raid as well. Orion Season, thank you for the 6. Watungston for the 2. Arnar for the gifted subs. It's good to see you, bud. Pajama Matt for the 47. Math Guy for the gifted sub. Thank you. Toasted Nom for the 10. Chinese Peanut for the 11. Avenging Sassy for the 63. Michael L8 for the 76. Brad for the 26. Rhea Sunshine, thank you again for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. And Rocking Balboa, thank you for the biddies. Let's see. Oops, that's not what I want. Oh my god, there's stuff everywhere. We raided Sam earlier. Let's raid Gmart this time. The boys are hunting monsters. Enjoy. I gotta go to a meeting. Ignore. And I'm probably gonna continue to loom, so we'll see. We'll see how big we can get this before the end of the night. But I hope you guys take care. If you redeemed anything with channel points, I'll give them back. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much. Have a good night, day, whatever it is for you. And tomorrow I'll see you at my normal stream if you're around. Bye-bye.